Aussie.
Woohoo, there we go. Alive. Hello, Megaleech. How are you? I think I'm going to remake a video I made the other night because it turns out I didn't record. Something went wrong with the camera and it didn't record. I recorded the audio. I recorded the close-up. You've been sick. Does that mean you're feeling better now? The freaking cold I had hung around for 2 weeks. Like I said, I think there's still a little bit of residual congestion, but it was like really sucky for a week, and then still really congested for the second week, and that was like Sunday. That was the 2-week point, and now Tuesday, and there's still some residual thing. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Tired as fuck, headachy. Yeah, that's a common one. Yeah, coming back from 6. Anyway, so I think that's how I'm going to start tonight. I'm going to start tonight by redoing the video I did the other night, which for whatever fucking reason didn't record. A little bit annoying, but c'est la vie. All right, so I'll put chickens in charge. That's nicely arranged chickens, really. All right, I should put the old banner in place. Right. Oh, see? Congested, I'm all snotty. It's gross. All right, I've got my tripod here. Oh, I'll need... No, I'll do that. Still unclear what the causal condition is. Damn. Some bloody virus or other. They're annoying buggers, these viruses. I don't need to reshoot. This is going to be easy. I just need to reshoot the main bit. I don't have to do shoot the making of. Something like gallbladder. Well, that fucking sucks. Anything that involves organs. Dodgy. Hey, Justin. How you doing? Oh, I'm just doing a video before settling down. Okay. This. Okay. Okay. I'm just rethinking myself just as I say it. Chill my glass. Dang. There you go. That'll do. Chilling like a villain. All right. Okay, we got it happening. Wasn't a cold or flu. Something attacked. Something like gallbladder. That's pretty sucky. No, sir, I don't like it. Okay, that. Let's line this up. I forgot to change the battery. That should be okay. Okay. G'day, cocktail lovers. I recently discovered a new technique of milk clarification where you use powdered milk rather than regular full cream milk. G'day, cocktail lovers. I recently discovered a new way of doing milk clarification. It involves using powdered milk rather than regular unpowdered milk. You do, of course, reconstitute the powdered milk. I did a whole video explaining it in detail. Short version is you bake the milk powder in the oven at about 375 Fahrenheit for 10 or 15 minutes till it starts to change color. You reconstitute it, and through some magic or other, that milk just spontaneously wants to separate. And where that comes in handy is traditionally milk clarification, you needed an acid element. And that's fine for a lot of drinks that have like citrus juice in them. It's perfectly natural, but it leaves you out of other ones, or at least makes them a bit weird. And I tried it with an old fashioned, but anyone who knows me would know I'm not just going to do it once. And so look out, it must be Milk Punch Monday. I mean, assuming I upload this on a Monday, or you watch it on a Monday. It's just a Milk Punch video, okay? And I'm going for, I guess, the second most traditional boozy cocktail that seems suitable for this milk clarification. Old Fashioned was my first choice. I'm going to do it with a Manhattan. So the plan I had with this was simple. When you make a clarified cocktail, you want it to be about 4 parts of your cocktail to 1 part of the milk, and that's still the ratio you want with this. So I essentially just got the reconstituted milk I had left over, measured it, and I go, okay, well, that's 1 part, and so the cocktail will be 4 parts. And on the cocktail side, I'm just doing a fairly standard Manhattan recipe. I decided I'm going to use up some vermouth I've got that I think might be past its prime. It was a sort of medium Blanco vermouth, which I barrel aged. It's very nice, but I've had it for a while. I think I should use it up. And it's going to be 1 part of the vermouth, and then I'm splitting the alcohol base. It's going to be 2 different Australian whiskies. One is an overproof, well, it's over 50 proof. Ugh. Fuck. I'm going to split the alcohol. I'm going to split the spirit base between 2 Australian whiskies. They're both pretty high proof, over 50%, and that'll come in handy when it dilutes. Flavor will carry through. One is a Solera aged whiskey, and the other one is a rye whiskey. And so I think that's going to make for an interesting taste when I put those together and then add it to the reconstituted milk, wait for it to separate, and then pour it through a coffee filter to get that nice clarified result. Which I did, and it's an incredible color, this really bright orange. I quite like it. One of the differences between this method and the citrus method is less of the color gets stripped out of the drink compared to if you did it with a citrus juice. It still did take out a lot of color and did make it nice and clear. So now I need to chill this on some ice, give it a bit of a stir before putting it in a glass. I'm not going to stir as long as I normally would because it doesn't need dilution because the whey from the separated milk has already diluted it, but I do want it cold. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's rock and do this. All right. And here we have our acid-free clarified Manhattan. Giving it a taste. Okay. That is weird. That is not what I was expecting. When I clarified the old-fashioned, it was still very distinctly an old-fashioned. This does not taste like a Manhattan to me, and I don't know where the weird taste is coming from. I don't know if it's because I used some kind of exotic whiskies, or was the vermouth past its prime? This is not like spit it out in the sink awful, but it's definitely weird. And I made a fair amount of it, so I don't want to be weird. Time to improvise with some flavor enhancers, I think. I'm going to try just a bar spoon of sugar syrup and make a mess while I stir it in there. The sweetening it help. I mean, it probably helped. It's still distinctly weird. Okay, the other flavor enhancer you can use is salt, saline, because somewhat counterintuitively, when you think of cocktails, you think, oh, I don't want it salty. It won't necessarily taste salty, but it'll bring some flavors out. I'm going to get a little creative. I have these Japanese bitters that are very umami flavored. So this is not saline solution, but it is savory. And I think maybe that's what this needs. I'll just do a couple of drops. Just a few drops. Give it a little stir again. That's what it needed. It still does not taste like a Manhattan. It's much nicer to drink now, though. I would not have known without following the instruction of people wiser than me that a couple of drops of saline can make all the difference. Still doesn't taste like a Manhattan. It's still an unusual drink, but I know how to make it more palatable now. A couple of drops of saline. This has been a surprise, but I guess it's an adventure. The whole thing is experiments don't have to be 100% successful. It's something about exploring. And there are quite a few variables in here that could have contributed to this coming out so weird. Whatever, I've managed to make it a quite palatable drink, if unusual. And it's definitely unusual. And I'm definitely going to try more of these style of milk clarified cocktails down the line, just because I love experimenting. I'll have to think on what to make next. Feel free to give me suggestions on something you think would work well with this. In the meantime, I am going to finish this off, and I'm going to wish you all the best and hope to see you again sometime soon. Until then, I will say cheers. Nobody tell that that was all a lie and I'd already done that and I knew all those outcomes. YouTube's a lie. Okay, that off, and we shan't make any more videos tonight. Turn that off as well. There we go. Okay, what am I missing? Okay, Strictly Seder, you do not need egg whites for a sour. Now, it depends why you're asking if you just don't have egg whites or you don't want to use egg whites. Both legit. If you want to be creative, but don't want to use egg whites, you can get a product called Wonder Foam, which will do, but it doesn't have to be foamy. I think I think whiskey sours are nice with the foam. I haven't used egg white in ages. I use Wonder Foam because it's less hassle, basically. I'm lazy. It's less hassle. But it doesn't have to be, oh, you don't want foam. Yeah. Well, it's still a whiskey sour. The foam's a presentation thing. Yeah, you got bitters, you got lime juice. Oh, lime juice would be interesting. A whiskey sour is traditionally lemon juice, but there's no problem using lime juice. But yeah, you don't want it foamy. You don't want it foamy. That's fine. That's about presentation and mouthfeel. But a good whiskey sour doesn't need the foamy bit. And Celtic King, I'm glad you like both the Angry Chickens and the shirt. Cocktail Cat, who wears cat's eye glasses, which I quite like. Tradition, and look, this is just tradition. There's no reason you can't do it otherwise. Traditionally, a whiskey sour is lemon juice. A daiquiri, which is a rum sour, is traditionally lime juice. A gimlet, which is a gin sour, is traditionally lime juice. Was it a margarita? Is traditionally lime juice. No, there's nothing wrong with making or trying a whiskey sour with lime juice. Oh, nice. You're going to pop down and grab some sugar syrup. Cool. So, yeah, definitely foam is optional on a sour. I mean, I personally like it, but if you don't like it, if you don't want it, it's absolutely optional. Man, that's actually, I don't know, now it's actively nice. Now I put those umami bitters in there. It's nice. I still don't know what it is that makes that taste so weird. It's very confusing to me. Oof, I gotta think. I'm gonna go back in the back catalogue and look up what were some of my favorite boozy cocktails. Probably an El Presidente, actually. A Vieux I got to do the New Orleans drinks. Maybe a Sazerac. Yeah. Ooh. I'm just going to make so many of these clarified cocktails. What's that exclamation there? Okay. I think Difford's has a whole section on New Orleans drinks. World Porridge Day. Well, that's pretty unappealing. Coffee liqueur cocktails. I don't like coffee liqueur cocktails. Oh my word. Did I save that one? What's that? An oh my word. Old Tom Gin, Montenegro, Green Chartreuse, and Maraschino. I'm going to say, what's in New Orleans? What comes up if I search New Orleans cocktails? Okay, that's what I want. Contemporary New Orleans cocktails. An Adelaide Swizzle. What a fun name for a drink. An Alcatraz, Gusting's Grasshopper, a Hand Grenade, a Hurricane. Juan Henjin, Katrina, In 1920, Orleans. USS Wondrich. What's in an Orleans? Whiskey, Averna, and bittersweet aperitivo. Just a split of whiskies. What's in a Juan Tequila, creme de cassis, blood orange liqueur. I've got my homemade blood orange liqueur, which I probably should take out of the barrel. It's probably fine. Man, that sounds very sweet, actually. Pretty good, though. Well, those are contemporary. Where are the classics? Absinthe Saucisse, Bourbon Milk Punch, Brandy Cruster, De La Louisiane. Yeah, now we're getting into it. Wow, there's 4 different De La Louisiane. Okay. Sazerac, Old Hickory, Vieux Carré. Okay, I'm going to revisit the De La Louisiane recipe. Rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, absinthe, Peychaud's bitters. Well, I mean, that's just good. De La Louisiane number 1. Bourbon, Benedictine, and bitters. That's much simpler. De La Louisiane number 2. Equal parts bourbon and Benedictine. Man, and equal parts bourbon, Benedictine, and vermouth. Damn, that's going to be different. De La Louisiane number 3. Bourbon, Dubonnet, triple sec. I'm less interested in that one, I have to admit. Celtic, you got a book in the mail about how Freemasons influenced the early Mormon church. Freemasonry in the Mormon Restoration. Enjoy. Little bit of history. Nothing wrong with that. It's such a fun... Oh, no, it's actively good now. What I like is it sits with you and changes a bit. All right. Next time I do it, I'm not going to put any sugar syrup in. I'm just going to put a couple of drops of the saline in. I had no idea why I'm singing that bit, but I just spontaneously like to sing that occasionally. I don't need Dubonnet. I'm not buying Dubonnet again. Sazerac. Vieux Carré. Whiskey. That's whiskey, a split of whiskey, cognac, vermouth, and Benedictine. Yeah, I'm probably going to do something like that and milk clarify it because that just sounds fucking awesome. Not tonight, though. Tonight, we're just chilling back. It's only Tuesday. Don't want to get too out of control tonight. We'll just see where the night takes us, I guess. Yes. Oh, lots of Israel-Hamas conflict. Not really surprising because it's pretty fucking scary. It's just everything about it's fucked. Everything about The lead up to it, everything about what's happening, everything that's gonna happen. It's just all fucked. God, every time a major event happens, pieces of shit get old video and say, "This is what's happening now," and it's like super, super fucking annoying. Cobra Cakes on the Twitch. Hello and thank you for. Oh, it actually says hello. I am old and my eyes do not work that well. It took me a little while to realize that's a funny little thing that says hello. Thank you and hello. You found a transcript of an interview you did for a book about autism was 13. Wow, how does it feel revisiting that? Ah, well, that's interesting, Celtic, that Joseph Smith was a Freemason and stole a lot of their rituals. Okay. Sounds like a very interesting read. I just realized I was tipping up this glass too fast and I was worried I was going to tip it on myself. So I rushed it towards my mouth and it's just like, I've got a drinking problem. I don't know how to put a drink in my mouth. Mm. Do what we want. Oh, you think it looks like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch? Now I need to relook at it. Yes, it is. I think you're right. It's Stitch. Yeah, there you go. Tiny, tiny little things. So, Justin, reading the thing that you did when you're 13, are you remembering it? Is it like a sense of memory? Or is it just like, wow, I don't remember this. It's really interesting to see this thing that I don't remember. Ah, Cobra Cakes, that's not good. I hope things look up for you. I mean, I think the nature of human existence is we feel bad from time to time, and sometimes we feel really bad, and sometimes that lasts for a really long time, and sometimes it's a rational response to circumstances. You're heartbroken. Ah, been there, buddy. It happens. Yeah, I mean, the old bloody just instantly made me think of the old Rolling Stones song, "You Can't Always Get What You Want." And you sure can't. But yeah, it's just when shit doesn't go right, and whether it's relationships or you're heartbroken, or whether it's just day to day shit, it fucking sucks. There's no two ways about it. All you can hope is to weather the storm, and time is the great healer in this type of thing. So yeah, as much as today sucks and it doesn't, I would understand if it feels like it's not going to get better. In my experience, it does, or at least you get past it. Because I have had some super fucked experiences in my life, and I managed to survive it. So, Justice saying it's interesting. You were stating grievances about schooling, yeah, and they sound like extremely legitimate grievances. Celtic, you wish you had things you wrote when you were 13. Yeah, I mean, I kind of cringe to think what I would have written when I was 13. I know I had a go at keeping a diary in my early 20s. I didn't do it for long, but it would probably be interesting to go back and look at that. I think I kept it. I don't know exactly where it is. It's going to be in a friggin' box somewhere. But I think I kept it. You just imagine how self-important and self-absorbed I was in my early 20s and convinced of my genius, no doubt. I was probably cringy as fuck. Oh, yikes. But yeah. Oh God, I've just got an impulse now. Not to find my diary, because that's not going to happen. I'm just going to want to fix up my freezer martini or top it up. Try and leave chickens. Oh my God. I'm so uncoordinated. I was trying to leave chickens in charge. This will only take me. Yeah, there we go. Chickens in charge. Chug, yes. World Mental Health Day. I'll look. I'll be back. Less than a minute. I just gotta grab something, and then I'm gonna do a bit of drink adjustment. All right, I'm back. I'm just gonna top up my freezer martini. Okay, chickens, step aside. Cobra Cakes. Wish you didn't have to go to work. Most days, I wish I didn't have to go to. Oh, and you want to drink till you pass the fuck out. I cannot in good conscience say I've never done that because I was heartbroken. I, after a particularly bad breakup, got about 20 years ago, I suppose. I remember using the what I refer to as the vodka sleeping tablet more than once. Not good. I certainly don't judge you because I honestly think it's a normal human response to feeling really bad. Anyway, I'm going to have a bit of fun. Going to top up my freezer martini. And I don't have any water. A little bit of water there. That'll do. Okay. So, to get my little ledger, because I've been tracking what I put in my Infinity Martini. I think which account. I'll make a drink on your behalf, Cobra Cakes. Let's just go with the Googles. That's rich. But what drive am I logged into here? Yes, that's it. All righty. All right. So I'm going to pour out a little and have a taste and top it up and see what the difference in taste is. Because, the fancy boy. Okay, so I'm just going to have little ones. Got my mini coupettes that just have a very small drink. So pour one out. Ooh, I like it slightly viscous because of fruiting. Now, gins. What gins will we do? Actually, what does it need? We have a little taste. That's pretty nice. It's a bit citrusy, so maybe not use citrus ones this time. But is this... Wait, do I have another Navy Strength? Everyday Salvation. Australian Dry Gin. Okay, so dry. I think this is Navy Strength. Navy Strength. Oh god, I need a fucking funnel. I can't just pour that in there. Alright, god damn it, I have to disappear for less than 30 seconds again. And all right, I'm getting my shit together now. Okay, where's my orange bitters? Lime bitters. All right, put this in here. Cranberry bitters. Orange bitters is in there. Okay, put a little bit of orange bitters. Okay, so we got a G. How much is going to fit in there? Fair bit, I think. Okay. Go for 2.5 ounces of Navy Strength. Two and a half ounces of dry gin. One ounce of vermouth. All right. A couple of dashes of orange bitters. That's enough. Some water. Chilled water. All right. Now, I'll give that a little shake. Pour a little bit in there. See what difference that has made. Just a little bit of martini fun. Okay. Right. Ugh. What have I missed while I was off being foolish? Hey, Mizm, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, is anyone up to anything fun, actually? I'm just doing this. So, all right. Little taste. How different is the martini? Now, I did those changes. So this was... Oh, that's really yummy. Just a little bit citrusy. Now, this version that I've changed a little bit. Actually, like I'm even going to do a bit of water. Cleanse my palate. How different is it? Oh, it's even better now. Oh, that was a good call. Those ingredients, good call. All right, now I need to update my register. So I did. did 30 mils of the vermouth. What is the date today? 10, 10, 2023. That's almost 3 weeks since I added anything to it. I guess I haven't been drinking many freezer martinis. And what did I do? I did 75 mils. So it's Heathcote Navy Gin. Heathcote Navy Gin. 75 mils. Was it Everyday Salvation that I put in? Brogan's Way have such great names for their gins, and they taste good. And they have a great venue where you can go and have drinks and cocktails and a bit to eat. I haven't been there for a little while. I feel like I should go there. And I did 4 dashes orange bitters. This is all fucking science here. Keeping this record so I know the history of this martini. Just for fun. When did I start this? In August. So it's a 2-month-old freezer martini. There you go. That's good. But the current incarnation is actually better. I've improved it. So how many different gins has it got in it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 different gins in it so far. And it's had water, coconut water, orange bitters. This stuff, which I love the name of, Filthy Dirty Cocktail Spice. And the only vermouth is Regal Rogue Daring Dry. Because I don't want to open multiple bottles of vermouth because everyone says vermouth goes off. Chog, cleaning the kitchen, stacking the dishwasher, feeding the dog. Domestic. No, I will not. We need to do that shit, man. We need to do that shit. Yes, mental health and alcohol, not great combos, quite honestly. And it does. Alcohol, if you are, it doesn't have to be PTSD. If you're just not doing great, alcohol can temporarily mask the trauma, but ultimately it definitely makes things worse. Using alcohol to try to escape bad feelings, unhappiness, or trauma is a recipe for disaster. Absolutely. Yeah, no, we don't have a self-cleaning kitchen. And yeah, I'm like dishwasher duty in our house. But yeah, we got to do the boring shit. So I don't think we should belittle when we do it. As much as it's a drag, I don't enjoy doing that sort of stuff. But you know, we got to do it. We gots to do it. I just thought of something else I was going to try. Comparatively low alcohol, so I might do it and be my last drinky for just again having a little bit of alcohol to unwind. And I mean, there's no like I'm averse to alcohol. It gets dangerous if it's an escape. That's the real warning sign. If you're doing the alcohol as an escape or just to cope, oof, that's bad. But yeah, do I have alcohol after a stressful? I mean, probably because I, probably have stressful days. And I have a drink on a live stream, but oh, that's fucking yum. Not for everyone. I know. I might actually I'm going to go and put that back in the freezer. Might even put a little bit more water in it to simulate stirring. So let's go get a bit of ice for the other. Oh, and I need to get sherry out of the fridge for the thing I was going to do. Okay, clear some space so I don't knock any glasses over. Remember to clean up my bar. Probably in the morning, probably not tonight. Right, so I'm going to put the vermouth back in the fridge and freezer martini back in the freezer. So again, this is it's definitely less than a minute, maybe only about 30 seconds. I don't know. Someone can time me. I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. This won't take long. Wait. No, don't be timing me. I'm not gone yet. I just remembered something else I have to take with me. So I'm not actually gone, but okay, so I'm gone now. Okay, I'm back. That might have been more than 30 seconds. I think it was less than 60 seconds, though. But the thing I wanted to try, go over here. Okay. Put the lid back on this. So this thing called Light, White and McKay Light Spirit Drink, a mixture of Scotch, whiskey, and sherry. And it's only half the alcohol of your Scotch. So I thought it'd be really sweet and really taste like sherry, and it doesn't. It tastes like watered down Scotch. Like not unpleasantly, it doesn't taste awful. It just tastes like watered down Scotch. It's even got a little bit of smokiness in it, which is nice. So there's a little bit of peated whiskey in here. But I want to try it with added sherry, because that's what I expected it to taste like. I expected it to taste like sherry, and it doesn't. But that makes this a lighter drink. And my favourite garnishes on it as well. Oh, lawsy. So, Chog, yeah, it is. Alcohol should not be a primary coping strategy. Oh, God, I've worked with people. No, not even short term as a thing. Like one day, if you just like, fuck that, fuck today, I'm having a drink. I think as soon as it goes past that, you're in danger territory. Hey, Asafa. Been cleaning? And no Celtic? I've never owned a radio scanner. Justin, graduation date, high school being stressful. Well, I'm glad that helped, man. Oh yes, Safa, if your mum's in Ukraine, is she? And the world stuff. Oh man, you don't even want to get me on my doomsaying about the Israel conflict and the basically limitless downside of it. Like just as it is, it's fucked. Oh, okay, your mum's in Crimea. Okay. And yeah. No, and as soon as I saw media reports saying, or Iran's backing this, completely lacking in evidence, and the sources being professional liars in the US sort of military industrial complex who just cannot be trusted. But as soon as I saw them bringing up Iran, I was going, oh, this is bad. The scale for escalation here is really, 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 really bad. Oh, yeah, see, that's yummy. Ooh, that's actually really good. So this initially tastes like the sherry, and that particular sherry, which is Pedro Jimenez. Yes, Pedro Jimenez from España. So it initially tastes like the sherry, and that particular sherry has a sort of nutty, raisiny flavor. But then the whiskey element comes through in the slight smokiness, which is nice. Safa, I have no idea of which you are referring to, and I would caution extremely strongly against taking anything reported in the media at face value. I'm just throwing that out there because there is really extreme bias in the media at the moment. So, yeah, the potential for escalation to truly horrific levels of the Israel-Palestine conflict, it's just, there's almost no upper limit to how extreme the escalation could get. Not good times. We are not living in good times. Safa, I imagine my neighbors are very upset at the moment. For those who don't know, I live in basically the most Jewish area of Melbourne, of Australia, really. Ooh, Strictly Sagi, you got a sexy cocktail shaker? Let me double check Discord. Ooh, let's have a look. Oh, that looks nice. So I'm just gonna a glitter shake. Okay, dude, fucking class. Sorry, I got to show this. The glitter shaker. Nice. A glitter shaker. That's party shit right there, man. I like that. Bye, Celtic. You heading off? See you, man. Safa, I think both Sydney and Melbourne have big Middle Eastern populations. It depends which suburb you go to. Okay, Strictly Sega. Simple syrup, dead easy. 50% sugar, 50% water. Done. Of course, it's easier to dissolve sugar in warm hot water. Or you can make. No, it's so fucking easy. You can make rich sugar syrup, which is then 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Now, and that's where you might want to do it in a saucepan and warm it up gently, so it's easier to dissolve the sugar in. But you're doing sugar, it's literally by weight, 50% sugar, 50% water. So if you get 100 grams of sugar, add it to 100 mils of water and mix it. And it's easier to dissolve sugar in warm or hot water. So either use a saucepan or maybe boil a kettle, one of the two. But that's it. Sugar syrup, 50% water, 50% sugar. You can get fiddly from there. I do have a lot of videos on my channel about really, really fucking fiddly sugar syrups. But the simple one, half sugar, half water, done. That's it. I'll suffer that. RF, that Kennedy is a fucking shithead. He's a worthless fucking piece of garbage, and it's hard to tell if he believes the unhinged shit he says or if he's just pandering to a bunch of dickheads. But he's absolutely worthless garbage. Yeah, worthless garbage, liar, untrustworthy, just a piece of shit. He's just like the fucking worst. What he is doing is trying to make it easier for Trump to win a presidential election because he believes the Kennedy name will win over some Democratic voters and so take votes away from Biden. I am really not sure it will. But then again, I'm not sure the media will do their job because the media should do their job, just objectively report on him. Objective reporting on him is he's a piece of shit. He's a liar, a scam artist, and just talks the most ridiculous, unhinged shit. Like I said, I tend to suspect he doesn't actually believe. No, I won't get a defamation case. I'm no one. Plus, I would use truth as a defense. He's a fucking liar and a scam artist and is using absolutely unhinged rhetoric to pander to the worst fuckwits in America. Okay, so that thing, and I literally got this. Where is it? I got this just because it was really cheap at Woolies, and I thought, what is this? It's like $20. How many standard drinks? $20 for 12 standard drinks. I mean, you know, that's not bad. And the flavors are actually okay. So it's pretty good when mixed with something. Honestly, it would probably make a good highball too. Just lean into the low alcohol side of it. And yes, Justin, defamation in the US is different to Australia in a way. And rich people, and that Kennedy is rich, only sue other rich people. There's no point in suing poor people because poor people can't pay anything up. And there are thousands of people saying worse things about that Kennedy than me because he is a fucking piece of shit. He is really fucked. So yeah, he abso-fucking-lutely sucks. That's actually pretty good. Another time I might do that with soda. There's like Winston Churchill. Safa, that's because he's speaking of worthless, sniveling little cunts. Yeah, I just found out that piece of shit was fucking with me and was playing stupid fucking games and shit talking me to other people. And that's a thing I have zero fucking tolerance for. And also, he was just a boring piece of shit. He would just always be talking about himself and his wonderful achievements. And I know from experience, he's also a pathological fucking liar. And I was just putting up with his dumb shit because I didn't want to be mean. But then I found out he was a two-faced fucking weasel fuck who was shit talking me to other people. And I just went, yeah, well, you can go fuck yourself, you little fucking cunt. Oh, out of 10 for the drink. Okay. Good call, Safa. I mean, it's quite nice. It's, I don't know, somewhere between a 7 and an 8. It's just nice light flavors. And I think it's nice as a lower alcohol drink. Yes, Justin, in the US, yeah, I'd have, I would still have truth as a defense on my part. Safa, 50 mils is like, well, 2 shots is 60 mils. So might as well, do 2 shots. Do. So depending how much you like your lemon juice and your sugar syrup, a standard whiskey sour recipe is like 2 shots of whiskey, half a shot to a shot of lemon juice, and half a shot to 3/4 of a shot of sugar syrup, and then bitters, a couple dashes of bitters. Yeah, just do 2 shots. If that's for your whiskey measure, just do 2 shots. And depending how much you like lemon juice, half a shot to a shot of lemon juice and half a shot to 3/4 of a shot sugar syrup. And then ideally Angostura bitters if you have them. That's actually quite pleasant. It's kind of like, I keep coming back to the sheepdog peanut butter whiskey. It's not whiskey. But it is quite a palatable thing. Oh, the sugar syrup, depending how sweet you want it, between half and 3/4 of a shot. Oh yeah, so you want 2 or 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. Yeah, so it depends how sour you want it. The lemon juice between half a shot and a shot, depending how sour you want it, and depending how much of a sweet tooth you have, between half a shot and 3/4 of a shot of sugar syrup. Now, and this is just me personally, I tend to go light on the citrus. So I probably wouldn't do more than 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And that's just me. Some people will definitely do a full shot. Justin, do not believe any reports like that. Quite possibly true, but just do yourself a favor and don't fucking believe any of them. Just given the fact you just look across various media outlets and you will get completely contradictory reports. So yeah, all I can say with regards to the Israel-Hamas conflict, just don't believe the media reports. Because you really can't believe all of them because they contradict each other. But certainly mainstream Western media has a slavish pro-Israel stance. None of this is happening without just the unconscionable apartheid policies of the Israeli regime. And that's not anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish, because I'm not talking about the citizens of Israel. I'm not talking about Jewish people generally. I am talking about the far-right fucking pieces of shit running the regime in Israel at the moment. They fucking suck, and I will not shy away for saying that. And here's the other thing, saying that none of this happens without just the extreme fucked shit that the Israeli state and military have perpetrated. That also doesn't defend attacks on civilians. So yeah. And yeah, that is a nice stance to take, Hannah. War's fucked, innocent people get killed. They just do. So it's incredibly upsetting what's happening. The number of civilians being hurt and killed is just horrific. The number of innocent civilians who have been fucked over the last couple of decades by the regime in Israel is also really fucked. It's weird, and also anyone who tries to paint, I warn against trusting anyone who tries to paint a black and white picture, because it's messed up and fucked up. That's also a pretty good point, Hannah. If politicians want to go to war, it should actually be the politicians who get in a bitch fight. Because the way innocent civilians suffer in war is absolutely horrific. And the way misled people, usually young people, usually young men, who get misled into war being a noble thing, and they go off and get shoved through some meat grinder. Actually, I think you're onto something, Hannah. This is like an extension of the ancient world's idea of champions deciding battles. It should literally be the politicians have to do a cage match. That should be it. That should be how they settle things. Mind you, then we would literally get like MMA fighters being elected as leaders in countries so they could go in and do cage matches. Justin, no, that doesn't work. Politicians do send their kids to war. So, no, I'm much more on side with Hannah's idea of putting the politicians in a cage match, even if they're just pathetic old men who get in a slap fight. Because, yeah, the potential downside of what we're seeing in between Israel and Hamas at the moment, it's very bad. The potential downside is extremely bad. Okay, so very sour and very bitter. So what I would say, if you're not enjoying that, next time you make one, just use half the amount of lemon juice and possibly use more sugar. And look, just use 1 dash of bitters. So, sort of, if it was not to your taste, scale the sour and bitter things back. Just do half a shot of the lemon juice, 1 dash of the bitters, maybe even a little bit more of the sugar. No, Safa. Look, you know who's weak-minded? Anyone who says they aren't affected by propaganda. And I need to include myself in that. I need to remind myself that I am susceptible to propaganda. Aren't they on the same side, though? I mean, honestly, sounds hella funny. Putin and Kim Jong-un in a little bitch fight sounds hella funny. All right, so it's still yum. Yeah. Yes, anyone can fall down the propaganda hole. Be very wary of anyone who says propaganda doesn't affect it. Like anyone who says advertising doesn't affect them, they're probably. Oh yeah, I reckon your propaganda is probably great, Chog. Yeah, Safa, it's extreme. Where propaganda works is when it tells you something you want to believe. If we all have prejudices, we all have preconceptions, we all have fears. And if someone tells you a thing and it fits into exactly with what you're predisposed to think, that's really dangerous. And yes, anyone who says they can't be wrong, very dangerous. But here's the thing, like, we've all heard the stories about various state actors like just putting heaps of propaganda on Facebook just to wind people up. And for people who are just trying to start shit, there are 2 things they will do. One is they will put their shit posts and propaganda out there that reinforce someone's belief. It's like, tell Trump supporters the things they want to hear, and they'll go, yes. Tell Biden supporters the things they want to hear, and they'll go, yes. And the other thing you do is put something out to deliberately inflame those people. Put something out that will make Trump supporters angry, and put something out that'll make Biden supporters angry, and that'll have an effect. So one of my big warnings, and I try to remember this for myself, and I freely admit I probably don't hit the mark 100% of the time. But when you see something that matches your worldview exactly, whether it's saying the person you support is good or whether it's saying the person you dislike is bad, when you see a media thing or a social media post that fits your preconceptions exactly, be very wary, because nasty, manipulative people put out shit on purpose. So, Hannah, oh yes, Nazi Germany was very effective at the propaganda, and it was kind of new with the Nazis, and people didn't know how to deal with it. But we've seen a thing. I think historians are mortified that people don't learn from history. So, Hannah, you're reading a memoir of a Jewish prisoner accidentally became a favorite of immigrants. Oof, yeah, damn. Chog is why true skepticism starts with self-doubt. Yeah, because again, people who say like, "Oh, I reject this and that because I'm a skeptic," you got to worry about them, honestly. Yeah. So, well, the sour is the citrus. That's the difference. It's really the only difference between an old-fashioned and a sour is the citrus. So, your old-fashioned is whiskey, sugar, bitters. Your sour is whiskey, sugar, bitters, citrus. That's straightforward. It also, Hitler kind of did have social media. He had the social media of the day. Um, but yeah, we don't have to imagine. We can look at the various extremists who use social media now. So, thank you for that, Hannah. Irma Gress was 18 to 22 at the height of the war, became known as the most evil female Nazi. She was hanged for her crimes. The hyena of Auschwitz. Jesus, that's bad. Oh, zing, Chog, zing. Ha ha ha. Um, this is where I I'm going to do one of the angry bingo squares and recommend Behind the Bastards. It's such a fun podcast, and Robert Evans does such good research for the podcast and makes it entertaining. And think about various Nazis he's detailed on episodes. Well worth listening to. So at 22, second highest rank you could be as a female Nazi. Damn. Uh Yeah, social media had not really taken hold on 9/11, but even if smartphones existed, could you imagine? We would have had so much more then. Um, and thanks, Safa, I made the Abbott years more bearable. The Abbott years certainly gave me a lot of ammunition because he's such a piece of shit. Um, how do you find the date you subscribe to someone? I don't know if you can. Yeah, but that's the thing, because I've done YouTube for, I don't know, 17 years. I actually forget. And so that's the weirdest thing. Like, I will get messages from people like, I watched you when I was in high school. I'm 30 now. Jesus. Fuck. Oh, I did a lot of that. Um, yeah, it's a whole thing. So Strictly Sega, you go back to 2006. Damn, that's old school. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, it's damn. It's oh man, the whole YouTube thing is so weird. So very, very weird. I genuinely think I genuinely think Abbott had less integrity than Bush. And I also think Bush was less of a cunning, manipulative liar than Abbott. Like, Abbott was fucking evil. He's a nasty fucking piece of work. Whereas Bush was a self-serving, privileged fucking moron, quite honestly. Chog, you reckon you've been since about 2006 too? Oh, yeah, no, the mask days. Holy shit, yes. It was like the first 18 months, 2 years? I don't even remember. But I realized at a certain point the mask was proving a barrier for some people. Chog, I would agree, by certain measures, Abbott was more intelligent than Bush, because Bush Jr. is pretty fucking stupid. Abbott certainly had a mean cunning that I don't think Bush had. Sarah Palin's supposed to shut the fuck up. That's the first one. Okay, cool. Oh, Bush Jr. would be an improvement on the current crop of Republicans, and that's actually terrifying because he was bad. You liked Abbott's hot daughters. Well, aren't they completely alienated from him now? Oh, that Sarah Palin was, again, yeah, really quite stupid. And yes, it's not a compliment. Saying someone's smarter than Bush Jr., very low bar. Not a mental giant, Bush Jr., not at all. What was funny is that George Jr. was actually regarded as the fuck up of the Bush family. The other Bushes were expected to do better than him. But, he got hooked up with Dick Cheney and, two-term president. And Jeb, who was actually regarded as much more establishment and much more likely to succeed. I mean, I guess he was governor of Florida, but he fucking flamed out as a presidential candidate, like just embarrassingly. I feel like Abbott did get divorced, Safa, though I'm not sure. Okay, so Soph wants to know my first job. McDonald's, actually. When I was still in high school, I worked at McDonald's. First job. Icy Saracen, hello. Independent media. Oh, again, I did say that earlier. None of what is happening happened without the abuses of the Israeli regime and the Israeli military. It's that simple. But again, it's not black and white either. Just like horrible, fucked up things are happening, and it's terrifying. But I personally don't think the point is arguable. What's happening doesn't happen without the repression and the crimes of the Israeli government and the Israeli military. No, Safa, I think I just inhaled wrongly then. Probably just a bit of residual congestion as well. Your dad moved to Australia when the first McDonald's opened. Yeah, well, I worked at the McDonald's in Dubbo. It was the first McDonald's that had opened in that isolated an area. That was in, what year did Dubbo McDonald's open? Just think what year at school I was in. It's probably in 84. I know, Safa, McDonald's has been in Australia much longer than the 80s. Opened in Dubbo in 84. And yes, there are definitely terrible. This conflict is resulting in terrible things being done by both sides. There's just, and I am horrified at the potential for it to get worse. It's just like, oof. It's 50 flavors of shit, basically. So it's just not good. Yeah, no, it's the here's one of these things that I don't want to spend too much time thinking of it, because the worst case scenario um uh for escalation is World War III nuclear exchange level shit. So the worst case scenario is bad beyond worst nightmares. It's not the most likely. It's not even particularly likely, and very much hope it doesn't happen. But this is not a thing I want to speculate on much, because it's super fucking depressing. It's just like, oh, so we had a whole bunch of other existential threats we were worried about, and now this one popped out, and it's so fucking extreme. It could escalate and spiral so quickly. It's just like, oh god damn, this is fucking bad. Strictly Sega, you've got your cocktail happening. It's yum. I'm just drinking some soda water because I feel like that's good for me at the moment. Shall we hear fireflies by? Should we greet them? Fuck that. Yeah, no, I genuinely think people say, why don't we see aliens? I think there is the equivalent of police tape around our solar system telling advanced alien races, do not enter. This shit's fucked up. One of the funnier webcomics I've seen was like some stereotypical aliens in a flying saucer coming down, and they see three people crucified. Might be a biblical reference, might be Jesus and the other two guys who got crucified, but it's basically flying saucer lands. They go look, and three guys have been crucified, and they look up, and one says, "You know what we should do? We should get the fuck out of here and never come back. That's what we should fucking do." Could you imagine if you were an enlightened intergalactic traveling species and you saw some of the barbarity humans are capable of? You would just go, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on here? Thank you, Strictly Sega. And I'm sure Dr. Abigail appreciates that. I feel like Dr. Abigail maybe burnt out a huge supply of spoons on the weekend because she went to PAX because she loves it. But there's a price to pay for going out for a couple of days. Actually, I should drop her a line. I'm sure if I was to guess, it was going to PAX has burnt out her spoons for a while. I have to remember to send her a message and just check up, actually. Tool and Cooper, I have no idea what One Music is, which makes it very difficult for me to react to. So, carnivorous world, somehow produced sapient species, beware. You should definitely beware of this planet. And Justin, if a nuclear war started, aliens showed down, told us to stop it. Oh, I did not. I have no context for that. So there you go. If most alien produced own food through chloroplasts. Okay, okay. So Jesus was allegedly crucified to serve as a loophole for rules Jesus created. Well, yeah, that's that whole thing. Okay, now I need to look up. Sam Pepper packs. Sam Pepper gets picked out of Paps Melbourne. Sam Pepper dragged out of Paps Melbourne. Sam Pepper assaulted by PAX event. Okay, I need to look at this.
I'm genuinely. I mean, I paid a lot of money for this ticket. So, can I ask you, what was the report? What was the report, sir? What's your name? I do. Who do you work for? Wait.
Why did he?
Of where? Hey, keep walking. I mean, stop touching me. Ow! Oh, I've got scoliosis. Ow!
God, what a piece of shit. Sorry, I just saw the way he carried on, and I'm sure he deserved to be thrown out. And I saw that bit of video, and I had a very strong desire for the security guard to go and kick the shit out of him. So I'm thoroughly convinced there was a good reason to throw him out, and he fucking needed to have the shit kicked out of him, quite honestly. Julian Cubico, send me the link. Well, was it called One Music? Okay, I will just do a little link of. Sorry, I'll do a search. What is One Music? There's a website in Australia called One Music. Yeah, okay, so I'm super confused as to what you might be asking me to react to, quite honestly. I don't know what you might be asking me to do things. Post it in the Discord. Well, I mean, okay, so I just did a Google search on.
Something happened.
Okay, I'm going to post a thing in the Discord. Oh, Strictly Sega posted it. There you go. So, yeah, no, the guy is just radiating piece of shit energy.
Like, I have a video of him ramming me out the building quite violently. I wanted to.
Seriously, I see that and I just go like, you know what? I don't usually wish violence on people. But I'm just like, what a fucking piece of shit. What an absolute fucking garbage troll. Just a worthless, lying piece of shit. Yes, no, I did see the bit with him screaming and whatnot. Just an absolute fucking worthless piece of shit. I'm sad that all the security guards did was gently escort him from the premises. You know. What did they do on the Gold Coast? I don't know. So which drink is super yum, Strictly Sega? Is that your whiskey sour or did you make an old fashioned? All right, now I'm just going to do a little search. What did he do on the Gold Coast? Because I don't know. So So I don't know what he did. He's got a Wikipedia entry. What's this thing? So he's been on YouTube since 2010. He was on Big Brother in Britain. In 2016, he made all his YouTube videos private, deleted his tweets. He said, "I'm sorry." Confessed that many of his pranks were staged. Duh. Oh, he's part of FaZe Clan in esports. Yeah, okay, just generic piece of shit, basically. Two ladies, two whiskey sours, nice. Nice. Yeah, in 2 years you'll have 100 bottles of booze like me. But all those there's ones about him pinching women on the bum. All those prank videos were staged and fake, and they were usually promoting some really fucked up agenda. Half of them are racist and half of them are misogynist. And it's just like, there's another guy, Joey Salads. Joey Salads just used absolutely fake staged pranks to promote racist ideology. There was another one who just did really fucking gross misogynistic shit. Just all these like prank guys. You know, there was one recently who got shot, and I was going like, and the guy who shot him got off on self-defense, and I was going like, well, fuck around and find out. Right, so they're in Australia doing videos harassing the public. Yeah, well, he just seems like an absolutely gutless, sniveling piece of shit. Ugh. I vaguely remember Ed Basemaster. Yeah. It's just that so many of them were at best mean, but often doing their pranks to promote a really fucked up agenda that was either racist or misogynist or both. There's just so many examples of it. Just like really fucking creepy shit. And I've seen lately these videos, people posting them. I've seen them on Facebook, and it's just like, oh, and they're really just like right wing culture war bullshit. And they're just like so embarrassingly obviously staged, because the thing is, like, it would be edited and it would be cut from 3 to 6 different angles, and I was like, no, you don't get 3 to 6 different angles on something that spontaneously happened. This is ridiculously obviously staged and acted. You like tech vids and Aussies who yell at the camera about how fuck the world is. Yeah. Ugh. It just sounds so reprehensible. And it's also, like I said, as when I saw this news article, and it was about someone I'd never heard of. he basically is in the US. He literally got shot. He was harassing a delivery guy, and unsurprisingly, like, because there was a shooting, it went to court, and the guy who perpetrated the shooting was not convicted of anything. It's like, that seemed like self-defense. This guy was harassing and threatening you, and you felt at risk, and you were defending yourself. And it's like, and I actually don't agree with that, but it was also, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy who got shit. Yeah. Joey Salads did a series of incredibly racist, obviously fraudulently edited videos. There was a whole fucking bunch of them. And it's just like, speaking of people who deserved to get fucked up while they were doing their ridiculous shit. But yeah, completely dishonest and just horrifically racist. And I actually did a video on him just saying, Joey Salads is racist garbage. It's like the two-pronged. What he's doing is obviously staged, is obviously fake, and the motivation is obviously deeply racist. It's just like, fuck that. So, yes, I find the genre somewhat contemptible. And it's just that weird thing. You did get a lot of people over the years on YouTube doing shit and thinking that there would never be any blowback. Like they would do stuff that was actual crimes, even if it was minor crimes like vandalism. But they were doing stuff that was illegal and recording it and then making it public. Because, like, look at us doing wacky shit. And it was just like, well, that was actually a crime. You fuckwit. And it's just like their heads so far up their own ass that they've got no concept of, oh, there could be some repercussions. Sometimes when you fuck around, you end up finding out. And sometimes it was just kids. And it's again because you got quite high profile YouTube channels doing really ridiculous, fucked up shit. And you would get kids, and I mean pre-teens, doing stuff that was stupid as fuck and illegal and, you know, potentially fucking up their lives because, well, their brains aren't developed enough to know they're doing something stupid and that there can be repercussions because they just see someone who has a huge audience and whatnot doing this and they go, oh, yeah, I can do outrageous shit. And it's like, no, fuck around, find out, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Strict Sega, watching Philip DeFranco when he's going on about Taylor Swift and an NFL player. Yeah, that's that. Americans are weird. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. So, Chog, TJ Kirk, the original anti-SJW, turned away from the community and became quite right-wing. Being edgy and was rare and a bit more short. Well, yeah, there's a whole thing. And a lot of the weirdness came out of, well, I mean, it came out of America. It came out of the American right, and particularly with billionaires paying young right-wing provocateurs to try and make right-wing ideas groovy. And yeah, it just got really weird. And there's now just this massive grift of these dickheads who are cosplaying about, you know, oh, I'm anti-woke and whatnot. And there's just so many of them, and they're all so fucked. I wasn't talking about either of the Pauls, but they've certainly done a whole bunch of dumb shit. Keep off YouTube, Cyanide. Watch your special interest characters. Yeah, it's, you know, I go through various phases of what I watch on YouTube, and I do like how sometimes you watch one thing and then it'll recommend something else, and sometimes the recommendations are terrible. Sometimes they're good, and so I kind of go through phases of what I'm looking at. Okay, so strictly saying, that's the famous Logan Paul thing with the Japanese suicide forest. But what did my head in about that video that went live? The number of people who knew the content of that video before it went live, and none of them went, yeah, you just can't do this. And it's not just because it was illegal, and it was, but it's just like, this is nothing but downside. This is bad. You need to not do this. And yes, you're right. The edgelords are all dull and repetitive. They absolutely are. The YouTube edgelords are dull and repetitive. It's also a big reason I stopped doing the shouty, sweary videos. Is like, I don't know, the world's changed. I don't want to be part. I just don't want to do that anymore. I enjoyed that more than 15 years of doing it. It's fucking fun. Yeah, but see, strictly saying, the whole thing about how the video got rid of people, he did not edit his own videos. Someone else edited. There were a whole bunch of people who were aware of the content of that video before it went live, and none of them said, this is a bad idea. It's just fuck. I don't know. People do dumb shit all the time. It's just how it is. Strictly saying, obviously I can't. Oh, see, no. As I understand it, with the editing, he would upload his content to a point where the editor would download it. But again, obviously, I don't know. I don't know the inner workings of his little empire. But there was a whole thing. No, I know you're not defending him, but there was a whole thing with who was making money out of it and whatnot, and it was just dumb. And I don't think that's even the most extreme example. I think there are other cases where shit has happened, and it blows my mind how many people were involved in turning this into a real thing, and how no one stood up and said, this is a bad idea. Chog, struggle with reactionaries. Yeah. It's kind of like, I like to feel when I started doing the Angry Aussie stuff with the shouting and swearing, it was actually reasonably innovative. And it was very much just a character and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm old now and don't have the energy to do that anymore. So for how Tim Smith, I'm probably fully Tim Smith. Like, I absolutely, definitely should not drive a car at the moment. I had a couple of comparatively low alcohol drinks tonight, but I did have a couple of them. So yeah. So it's all thing. But talking about things I can't believe happened. Oh, see, that was the other thing. Jake and Logan Paul's dad, there was a whole thing about how dodgy he was. Okay. Changing tack a bit. Decisions I can't believe there. Okay, so I've got a USB webcam on top of my laptop that I use for the stream. This being a laptop, there's a built-in webcam. Now, the built-in webcams are also usually up there. But on this webcam, this laptop, which is a gaming laptop, it's a fairly high-powered laptop, here's the built-in. Like, it's at the bottom. It is at the... I cannot believe that this happened, that this was a thing that happened, that someone said, you know what we should do? We should put the webcam at the bottom of the screen, because then the screen goes right to the top of the thing. And This is so fucking useless. This is, I cannot comprehend this decision being allowed to go through. The number of people that would have had to okay that design choice, I cannot comprehend that going through. It's just fucking wild. Yeah, I actually like the colored keyboard too, backlit keys. Safa, well, I like some egg cocktails. An egg cocktail is called a flip, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Also, eggnog. I tasted my eggnog that I'm aging on Sunday night stream. It's been aging for a month. That's the thing that has eggs and cream and milk in it. And I did not get violently ill when I drank it. It had been aging for a month. So the whole idea is I was going to age it until early December or first week of December. So I've done the 1 month taste, and in November I'll do the 2 month taste. And now, see, apparently, no, all these people recommend aging eggnog. Some people age their eggnog for a year. So it's very counterintuitive. Well, it's safe because of the alcohol content. The alcohol content stops it from growing bad microbes. Actually, old phones as webcams. That's an excellent idea. Oh, Safra, I can't be bothered writing a letter about the webcam. It's just mind-blowing that the decision was made. So, yeah. So I've got an aged eggnog happening. And it was very yummy when I made it. I made like a huge fucking batch, about 2 liters of it. And I drank a bunch of it. But I've got some of it aging in a bottle, a glass bottle, in the fridge. I'm keeping it in the fridge. And some of it's aging in a barrel, like one of these barrels, but it's in the fridge. And my idea was aging it for 3 months. And I tasted it on Sunday night. Been aging for a month. It's still yummy. I did not get... I was like joking. I was going, oh, we'll see if I get violently sick in the next day. And I didn't. So I will taste it again in like 4 weeks. First or second week of November. And my idea is it's going to be Christmas eggnog. So first, second week of December, it's like, there you go. The eggnog is done. It's aged. This is my Christmas eggnog. And if I really like it, maybe I'll make another batch and age it for a whole year. Safa, the laptop is called Infinity. I forget where we got it. I used Young Mazangri as guidance. So I don't know. We probably got it at a specialty store. I don't know. Xnog. Joe, how do you attach the camera? Oh, you've got a desk clamp boom arm. There you go. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's actually, I can see that working. Because, yeah, for a while now, phones have had really good cameras on them. Yes, I was in the office today and yesterday. Fucking long day in the office today, actually. Had a fucking 2-hour session in the afternoon that didn't finish till 5. So that was fucked. Yeah, but I have an intern starting next week who I've got to mentor. So that's a whole thing. Me being a responsible adult. Yeah, I actually had 2 different 2-hour sessions, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then I had 2 half-hour sessions as well. So there's a friend. Yeah, no, the intern won't take my job. It's a whole limited time thing that the government subsidizes, but that's all right. So, Chog, you have a retired S21 Ultra as a webcam, an 8K camera from a 2021 flagship. Nice. Phone got cracked and you upgraded. That's, I mean, honestly, it's a kick-ass way to use it. It's definitely smart. Well, see, I normally, because I start early, so I'll normally finish early. And in fact, often if I'm in the office and there's fuck all reason for me to be in the office and I just went there as a really arbitrary thing, I will leave mid-afternoon, go home and re-log on at home and do a couple hours from home. But because of all these different fucking sessions I had, I didn't have time to go home and still be in this session. So I didn't get home till after 6, which is the fucking latest I've been home in fucking forever. Not completely enthused about it, I have to admit. Tricky Sega, I don't think you're making a dick of yourself at all, actually. But it's almost bedtime for me anyway. So, yeah. So I won't be going to the office for the rest of the week. Well, I have to do a presentation next week. So tomorrow I got to write up my presentation and then share it with the other people in my team and go, this is the presentation I'm going to do. What do you all think? Refine it a little bit. And then I've got to present probably to several hundred people. I think these things actually tend to get 500 or 600 people watching. And so we're trying to make it a bit fun. So we'll see. I'm going to be talking about cybersecurity and AI, which will be a bit of fun. So I've got to pick. I'm going to wear one of these shirts. I've got to pick out my most flamboyant and colorful shirt, just to get people's attention when I do it. So, but that's next week. So I already know what I'm going to do. I've just got to fucking write it up and then time it to make sure it fits into the time I have. I'm meant to present for about 15 minutes. Ooh, blogging bot from the future gear. That would actually work for AI. Oh man, that's actually a really good idea for cybersecurity. Oh my God. I'm so tempted to do that. Jog cybersec and AI. Yeah, well, it's a pretty big presentation. The virtual audience will probably be at least 500 or 600 people. But yeah. They're basically going to say, I'm going to wear a really flamboyant shirt and say, hey everyone, I'm the analyst in the cybersecurity team. People who've interacted with me probably refer to me either as the guy with the shirts or the guy who hassles me about cybersecurity, because that's what I do. The far distant future of 2000. Yes. I've been doing the blogging bot from the future. Oh no, I've got an idea. It's going to be another cat one. There's this really trippy transcendental cat with a cocktail set. That's probably my most over the top shirt. I'm probably going to wear that. Yes, Alpha. That doesn't really work. But also, you all know how much I can just sit here and talk shit with almost no preparation. And this one I'm actually going to have preparation for. A moist Hawaiian shirt. I mean, I think these shirts are Hawaiian adjacent, quite honestly. They're very much inspired by the Hawaiian shirt style, but there's nothing. Anyway, that's the thing. All right, so I'm going to go sleepy Bobo's now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going for 2 hours. Almost definitely back on Thursday night. So if you're around, I'll see you then. But y'all take care. I got to do the ceremonial eating of the cherry. So please take care, you fine and funky people. And I'll hopefully see you another time. Man, I love these fucking cherries. They're so good. But I'll say bye for now.